So let's get down to it. I want to start with Monday Night Raw from this past Monday. It was the big Netflix show, the Raw debut on Netflix. For me, it was just another Raw. Okay, I don't really care that it was on Netflix. I don't care where it is. As we see on Robert's background, it was a big deal to all these people. I even have the beginning of Raw up, and the first second of it, they actually had a Netflix logo. By the way, I'm going to put 10 minutes on the clock for Raw. Okay, so once we're done with 10 minutes, we can't talk about Raw anymore. We got to move on. All right, so you guys see the clock down here in the corner. But, let me take Okada's face off. I'm sorry. I didn't even show you guys that here's the Netflix logo I speak of. Sorry, I mentioned it. So yeah, they never had USA's logo on the opening. They're never talking about every 5 seconds like, oh, we're so glad to be on USA. We're on cable. Wow. Like, no, but Netflix gets all, all the accolades and all the praise, whatever. I'm taking this off. So main points. Here's like 4 main points that I had takeaways from this show that I want to get comments from you guys on. So Roman Reigns beat Solo in Tribal Combat. And The Rock, who we expected to continue a feud with Cody Rhodes that they teased last year, looks like they're going to forget about it, and he's turned face. And then some other matches that were important. Rhea Ripley won the world title from Liv Morgan. CM Punk beat Seth Rollins in a grudge match, and then Hulk Hogan was there and he got booed. But anyways, I want to defer to my experts here. So, Vlad, be wary of the clock. Leave some time.
Where's the clock? Where can I see the clock?
The clock is at the bottom right here. At the bottom right of the screen.
Oh, okay. Yes. Sorry. Got it. See it.
All right. Well, thanks for wasting a chunk of our time, but it's okay. All right. So any of these 4 topics, Vlad, that I have over here, or anything else from Raw, really, that you think might have been important that you want to talk about. So here's your time to go. Monday Night Raw, Netflix. Vlad, the wrestling expert. Let's hear some thoughts.
All right. This obviously has to cover a lot of ground, so I'll try to be as precise as possible. Roman beating Solo, Tribal Combat, was kind of predictable, but we were hoping for something different. I think booking-wise, we were hoping for something more interesting, where maybe somehow Solo wins, and then that furthers that. But it looks like they completely want to close the books on that. He's running he's now the main man. He's got the Ula Fala. So that's all taken care of. I guess the only question is, what did they do with Solo? Because how does somebody recover from something like that? I don't know what he has to go down to the mid card, I think, because if he's not feuding with Roman, he's gonna have to be feuding with guys like LA Knight, which is fine, I guess, potentially, maybe. I don't know. I think you have to move him to the mid card. But I don't think Solo's the big issue, but because it is what it is.
By the way, let me interrupt you for a second. So I do have our Raw review completely in the links to the description, the links in the description below. So we have all reviewed this. But I think another main point, Vlad, that I want to get your opinion on before I jump to Robert is The Rock. Like you said, you were expecting something different. Some people were expecting, not even a heel turn. He was a heel last time we saw him. And he was talking about, he hated Cody. He was trying to get Cody to not finish his story, and then he said, "I promise to try to go after that title that you got around your shoulder." And then it seems like they just forgot all about it. So let's hear your thoughts on that before I get Robert's thoughts on it.
Yeah. I don't know what to make of that, to be honest. I'm hoping that it's a swerve that comes down the line, unless The Rock. The only reason it wouldn't be is if The Rock's just not going to be at WrestleMania and he's just not going to be able to be there for them. I don't understand how that's possible because, like I said, he's now a board of directors. So, make time. I don't know, make time. You actually have a stake in the company, so make time. They're paying you quite a bit of money to do what you're supposed to be doing. So be there at WrestleMania. But, okay, if he's not, then, that's the only explanation for it. But otherwise, it has to be a swerve. So it's either one or the other. He's not going to be at WrestleMania. He's not going to make it. He's going to be doing a movie or God knows what. Or it's a swerve. So we'll see. But otherwise, it made no sense. He can't be a face after being a heel. He can't be good with Roman, and he can't be good with Cody, can't be hugging on Cody. I'm sorry. No. he literally tried to cost him the title last time we saw him. So how can he just be hugging on him? How can he be hugging him?
Hold on, Vlad. Before I give my opinion, let me jump to Robert. So, Robert, I do have our reviews on here for the Roman Reigns Tribal Combat match. This is what we gave it. It's on our Raw review on our review posts, and you gave it a half thumbs up. Vlad gave it a thumbs up still, even though The Rock, didn't do anything, and Roman just won a predictable match. And I gave it a vomit rating, -5 points. I hated it. Okay, and then these are our comments. So if anyone wants to read through our whole review of Raw, it's in the description below. But Robert, let me go to you. So The Rock and then the Tribal Combat match. Let's hear some comments.
All right, so not just for this match, but it's for a couple of other segments on Raw too. I just felt like in general, WWE played it really safe and didn't take chances, right?
But they've been doing that a lot lately.
Right. But since we're talking about the Roman and versus Solo, I can't say it's really a surprise that Roman won. What's more surprising was that Rock didn't turn on him. I thought it was going to happen. Now, again, it could still happen later. I mean, there's still time leading up to WrestleMania, so who knows? Maybe if Roman doesn't win Royal Rumble, I guess that's a spoiler alert, but for SmackDown. But if Roman doesn't win the Royal Rumble, then maybe The Rock turns on him there. I don't know, but it could still happen, is what I'm trying to say. So maybe they're saving that for later. I just thought it was going to happen on Raw.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm hearing all kinds of things too, like Vlad, how you said maybe there's a conflict of schedules in some movie or something, and now he can't wrestle, and that
would be the only
their
explanation.
Plans, or they just change their mind. It could just be like, you know what, we don't want to do this anymore. It's okay, I guess. I don't know.
I also want to make one point. I just want to point one thing out as far as the booking goes for overall on Raw. See, okay, I think the booking strategy was not for the sickos, as Tony Khan would say. Like, it's not for the people like us that watch the shows regularly. I think they were trying to get some casuals that were like being on Netflix, and I think the whole thing was like, okay, let's just get the guys that we want over in these matches, even if it doesn't completely make all the sense in the world. Let's just do that and get all the stars, as many stars as we can, notable names from the past, currently, onto the show. It was a big deal for them. I know it was just another Raw to you, Cameron, but it was a big deal for them. They presented this as this was their kind of a WrestleMania, because the production value was unbelievable on this show. Unbelievable.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It was tremendous. It was like a Super Bowl. It was like their Super Bowl, even though it wasn't WrestleMania. So they put a lot into the show as far as production-wise. So I think they were trying to get some of those casual fans, and as like I said, not the sickos, as Tony Khan would say. So I'll leave it at that. I mean, booking-wise, yeah, I have some questions on it, but I think it'll work itself out. I trust Triple H. I trust him. I think he knows what he's doing. The company is going in the right direction. But, we'll just have to see how it plays out. But, yeah, obviously I have some questions, as I wrote in the comments, but I think it'll be okay. It'll be okay.
All right. Well, other results, Rhea Ripley also won the Women's World title from Liv Morgan, closed the book on that feud, so it seems. And then we had a weird match where CM Punk and Seth Rollins had a clean finish, and CM Punk won. He beat Seth Rollins.
I mean, okay, real quick, I'll let Robert finish. To me on this one, I mean, I would have had Rollins win somehow, because then the feud could continue. Here, I don't know where you go from here. I mean, unless they just don't want this feud, like they don't want it to continue. I don't know, but I'll leave it at that. I don't know the direction of these two.
I was confused by that too. I thought there should have been some kind of questionable.
No, I mean, Rollins should have won. Rollins should have won. That's what it should have been, because otherwise, unless they're not continuing the feud. But if they're continuing it, then he should have won. But
all right. Well, Robert, do you have any comments on any of these two things, or? Anything else on Raw that you might have thought of?
Nothing. Well, nothing else to add from what Vlad mentioned. But I wanted to say like I was disappointed that Drew lost. Drew McIntyre.
Oh yeah, that makes no sense.
That really sucked.
Okay, that's booking. That's booking malfeasance for sure. Oh, and okay, Hogan getting booed was hilarious, fantastic. It's one of the most tremendous moments. It was just the most awkward, mesmerized as was going on because he was there talking about his real American beer and then just booing the shit out of him, dude. I mean, it was unbelievable. But
he called the fans his best tag team partner, and they're still booing him.
Yeah, they're booing him. No matter what he said, they were booing him. He mentioned like all the people that were popular, Andre the Giant, Hogan. He even mentioned Netflix, LA. He was saying everything that you would think they would get cheered, and no matter what he said, they were booing. Personally, people are talking about why it happened, why he's getting booed. I mean, it's a liberal city, LA. Obviously, we live here, we know that, and he's a Republican, very Republican, right? So I think it really is a political thing. I don't think it has anything to do with like people saying like the lies he told. Like that doesn't matter. He's been telling lies for 20, 30 years. Nobody's cared until then. And that he used the N-word in a video. Dude, he's been back since then and gotten cheered. And nobody cares about that either. It's all about
this is
politics.
from the Trump rally.
Yeah, it's only that. It's only that. It's a liberal city, and he was in the Trump rally, and that's the only thing. And he's a conservative, the Trumper. Fine. I don't have any problem with, but I don't know why WWE put him out there. Like, what was even the point? Like, Hogan, he looked awful. First of all, he looked crippled. So I don't even know why he was out there. It was ridiculous. I know they couldn't put anybody else in that spot.
He was selling some beer, and they must have gotten some money.
Okay, I don't know. It just seemed like they could put any other major legend that they had, like instead of Hogan. Anybody else would have been cheered. Anybody else probably would have been cheered.
Yeah, I guess Hogan could still come by in different towns, like maybe not LA, but anyway.
Yeah, he's gotta go to the red states. Wherever the red states are, that's where he's gotta go. Yeah,
we got to move on from Raw unless anybody has anything else to say. I don't know why The Undertaker went in. He saw Liv Morgan against Rhea Ripley, and he was compelled to enter and say something. But okay.
And he got cheered, and he actually is also a Trump.
A Republican.
Yeah. So, but he did. He did.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. But okay, I don't really care about the politics of it. Let's move along.